just a bloke in a bar.
You brushed your hair today, haven't you?
If we're on, I have brushed my hair, yes.
Yeah, I told you.
Yeah.
I told
Eddie
you.
knows.
I know a kid that's brushed his hair.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
I don't brush my hair. Well, I mean, it's very short at the moment. But
You can't brush your hair. It's too short.
No, but generally.
You style your hair.
I
Well,
brush
you
my
don't
hair.
style
You
it.
style it.
I just fucking go like this when it's long.
Styling.
And then there it is.
Did you just say you don't brush your hair and then you showed that? Of course you don't brush
No,
your
of course
He
I
doesn't
brush
use
this
a
hair. I'm
brush
saying when it's
or
long.
a comb.
But it's funny. I'm just like long hair.
You a brush guy or a comb guy?
I'm a brush guy.
Brush
I'm a
guy.
brush guy.
I think if I was to do any, it'd be comb, because if I'm going to do it, like, was it at your streets wedding? Get the full slick going. Then I'd comb it.
Yeah, we combed. It's the only time I really fucking...
You're a hairbrusher. No, that thing looks blow dried.
I don't know about blow dry.
Do you
but
BD?
Do I BD? No.
Yeah.
No, I don't BD.
Have you BD'd?
Have I BD'd? No,
What
I
sort of
haven't.
Do you
Mousse is in
rinse?
that?
I have straightened before.
Do you have a... Is there a rinse in there?
Yeah, when I was like younger.
Fringy?
Nah, not fringy. Just straightened it so it wasn't so curly. So
Is there a rinse in there?
No, there's no rinse in there. Oh, yeah.
There's a rinse in there.
I reckon there's a rinse in there.
There's no rinse. This is pure strong hair. Have you seen my child's hair? Very strong.
Oh, no, he's got hair. Rain's got a head of hair. He's rinsed it.
Looks rinsed.
That's a rinse.
I will say it's a bit of a myth that men aren't the ones that pick up like haircuts and that, because I swear to God, I don't think my wife's ever picked up a haircut when I walk in the door.
I'll say this, though, in defense of your wife.
Yeah.
Your hair has never looked different than exactly how
But it looks
right now.
shorter.
Yeah, but barely. Like,
listen.
you're getting fucking your hair cut every week.
If I've got
basically.
to notice eyelashes or nails, I think it's fair.
I notice hair on chicks. I'm pretty good like that.
I'm pretty good like
I
that too.
notice hair. I notice hair for sure. I'm like, other things like nails and shit, maybe not.
That's what I'm saying. I notice hair too. And in defense
Maybe
of
not.
blokes, I
But
think...
hair generally I'll notice.
Yeah.
In
Depends-
defense of your wife, though, your hair's never like. That's why I wouldn't even be surprised if that was just like a mold. Like,
Do you think that I should try a different hairstyle?
Yes, dude. I'd love.
Now
love seeing it rolled
that I'm starting to think about it, I don't think I've seen anything other than what you've got right now, and it's making me think that maybe you get haircuts weekly.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's not true.
Millimeter off.
But
sort of stuff.
you know what? That just shows that you don't pay attention to me noggin, because I don't get maybe once a month, and I actually don't enjoy getting haircuts. I'm not
Why?
a haircut guy.
Because you get too awkward.
No, no, it's just like frustrating. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck, hurry up.
I like haircuts.
Do you?
I mean, like is like, I don't mind.
Do you
the
like them or do
experience.
you love them?
I don't love them. I get my beard trimmed though now as well, which is nice. I like that because I can't trim my beard for shit. Like, you've got a nice thick growth where you can just knock it back, whereas mine.
Yeah, you can't
grows
do that
real
because then you look
so-
weird. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a nice feeling. They put a hot towel on your face and shit.
Yeah. See, I don't even like massages.
Oh, bro,
I hate massages. I hate massages. We've been over this.
I know.
I'm not a
Sometimes
massage
I'm
man.
like, it's so bizarre that there's like a human standing on me, but like, it's kind of fun.
Do you still go see the big fella that walks on your back?
Boss?
Boss.
Yeah, I do. Look, Boss is, he's my guy, but then sometimes Boss isn't available, so I'll just get whatever other super strong-handed Thai woman wants to come and fuck my back up. It's nice.
You a happy ending guy?
No. I mean, I hope that my life is
Big delay.
Yeah, that's
I hope my life
Huge.
is a happy ending with
Yeah.
my wife.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
in reference to massages, no.
No?
What about yourself?
I'm a happy start guy.
Okay.
I know how that.
Okay, what does that
Okay,
mean?
like you fucking.
It's the only thing you get, man.
Jesus Christ.
Nah, that's bullshit.
Oh, that's good stuff. That's
Okay.
great
Good
stuff.
start.
You know
Good
what?
stuff.
Yeah, great stuff.
Plenty of decorum to get going.
Yep. We went from, what did we go? Haircuts to happy endings. It's good stuff. But, you know what's even better stuff? 2023 DMP shirts dropping tonight. Well, not tonight, actually, because we're actually shooting this early because we've got to go to the World Championships tomorrow.
We're competing right now as you are listening to this.
As you were listening to this, it is Thursday. It's around 3 p.m. These are dropping at 6 p.m. Thursday, 6 p.m. Limited number, guys. Limited number. I can't stress that enough. I know I get a lot of messages going, I logged on an hour later and it wasn't there. I'm sorry, guys. And we do order large amounts. So I don't order just like 10 and go, oh, guys.
No, this is a big number.
This is a big number.
But limited.
But it is limited. And also...
And these are never will be done again because,
Exactly.
listen, although I've enjoyed camp with you fine gentlemen, although I'm honoured to represent my nation at the highest level, although I'm confident of a win tomorrow, obviously, I can't see myself doing this again. You know what I mean? It's been quite grueling.
Are you retiring from rep podcasting?
Potentially.
Oh, wow.
Listen, I'm not going to say anything too early,
Before the
but
friggin' game.
I'm not retiring before the game.
You're going to throw a spanner in the works.
But like,
That's like, we don't need to hear that on the eve of fucking competing, that you're already thinking of retirement.
well, you need to go out there and play for me tomorrow. Play for me.
Yeah. So you're basically saying to us, look, we want to go into battle together, but at the same time, I don't want to be around you anymore.
Mate, I'm not saying that. What about when fucking Lockie goes, I'm retiring, everyone goes out there and plays a game of their lives for him? What are we talking
Well, you're
about?
saying that you are retiring, or you're not retiring, you don't admit you're
I don't
retiring.
know
What are
what's
you
going
doing?
on.
We don't know
Go
what's
out there
happening.
and play for me tomorrow, boys. Play as if it's the last time we'll ever be together.
Oh,
that's
my-
what I want.
Oh my God, that's hurting.
Play
man.
hard.
That's
Play
really
strong. Play true.
We'll win.
Well,
Fuck, have you seen who we're up against?
I know.
Losers. Losers.
6 p.m. Thursday, that is tonight if you're listening to this. Thursday, 6 p.m. Limited numbers. There'll be a link on the Hello Sport website. It'll be on the bloke.shop, so www.bloke.shop. Be there, guys, because limited amount, and they don't come out again. As you are aware, the designs we did last year, that's not coming out again. The designs we did the first year, a lot of people missed the first year. We're not doing it again, baby.
Sorry, bro.
Sorry. Had to be
Sorry,
there.
bruh.
So if you love this shit, get involved.
These are comfortably our best.
These are our best.
These are fucking mad.
These are fucking sick.
These are actually sick. Also, just for sizing, they are a little bit bigger than a staple tee AS colour because they're obviously vintage tee. They're designed to be slightly looser.
They're
I'm wearing a
bespoke
large.
as well. No two t-shirts are the same, much like a snowflake.
Yeah, I've got an
That's actually
XL
true.
on.
That's actually true.
Eddie's got an
But
XL.
I'm fucking huge now, so.
Yeah. I'm 2XL. Again, you want them to be a bit bigger. You want them to be a bit of a looser fit. That's how we've been instructed. That's how we feel.
I'm large.
I see the smallest out of all of us.
But you could wear an XL, I reckon.
Oh, easy.
could.
Easy.
You could definitely wear an XL.
Easy.
Oh, snap my finger.
hoping-
off.
We've looked after the big thickie.
Yeah.
too. Know that.
Yes. Yes, we have. So
I think
big
we're going
thickies.
up to 6XL.
Big boys.
Whoa. We're going up to 6XL
you
for the
go.
big thickies.
There you go.
So don't tell us we don't love you, because
you
we
go.
do.
There's a lot to love. Because you're a big thickie.
Correct.
Now,
6XL.
and
But we
big
do love
thickies-
you.
And we have found through data, big thickies are loyal.
Yeah.
Whereas like little people, he's not loyal.
Nah, if you're a medium and below, you're not that loyal. If you're a big thickie,
Yeah.
dude, we got you for life.
And,
And
that's just the data. That's not us. That's the data.
We're data guys.
They were big data guys. And that's why the big thickies looked after 3XL, 4XL, 5XL, 6XL.
6XL. That's a big thickie.
Big thickie.
But we love our big thickies. We love them.
Last week, the drop of the century, how many minutes did it take for Big Day Rosé to sell out?
26.
26 minutes.
I mean, is that
25 and a
Surely
pinch.
that's a record.
Oh, no, that's a record. It's certainly a record.
With a capital R.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next, it'll be just all caps lock record.
Well, it will be, yeah. REC.
Well, hoping so. October 5th. October 5th.
Next
6 p.m.
Friday. Next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
Next Thursday, back on sale.
We have
you go.
rebottled.
Yeah.
We're rebottling at the moment.
Currently rebottling.
Okay. I mean, it just shows you good rosé because that's not the first drop where everyone's excited. That's a second or third drop. So it shows that it's quality. People coming back for more.
Yeah, good rosé goes quick.
Yeah.
And there is no better rosé on God's green earth. I am religious now.
I will say there's no cooler rosé because all other rosés are like old people stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all like,
Oh,
you
they're
know,
a bit snooty.
They're a bit snotty. They're a bit, they're not accessible. Like, oh, here's some Le Ville FM rosé. You're like, listen, what the fuck does that mean, dude?
Yeah.
Speak English to
The
me.
fact
know
that
what I
you
mean?
actually could say that though is made you inaccessible to me.
Speak Australian. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that.
Speak Australian.
Speak Australian. It's an Australian rosé.
Yeah.
That's what's that next week? Did you say?
Next Thursday.
Next
6 p.m.
Thursday. And obviously shirts 6 p.m.
Panthers will be premiers by that stage.
my
So
God.
next Thursday, Panthers will obviously send them some rosé. They'll be premiers. They'll be celebrating.
That's disappointing.
Congratulations.
That's disappointing. That's disappointing that you decided to open so aggressively.
Well, you've been open. We've been fucking
At
sucking
least
Matty off for
ease
like
me
the last
into it.
while.
Let's get into it then, shall we? Let's get into it. Grand final preview. Second time in 3 years where Cleary has faced Reynolds in a grand final. That's a Matty stat.
Yeah.
Nice.
Two best fullbacks in the NRL. They go head to head.
Yep.
They are all 1-1 this year. Broncos won the first round 13-12. Panthers winning the second round 15-4. But I think Broncos were robbed in that game, so you may as well call it 2-0.
Didn't have Reynolds.
True.
Didn't have Reynolds
we?
in that game
There
either.
you go.
2-0
Robbed.
Broncos.
There you go. 2-0 Broncos. Reynolds is worth 12 points.
At least.
Boys, just what's the okay? What are the omens saying? Because we've got we've got the Roo, we've got Timmy, we've got Maddie, the Monday show that gives you analysts, but we don't have ominous.
Omenry.
Omenry.
Yeah.
But are you omenists?
It that's probably not what you call it. You call it maybe Ministers for Omenry or Masters of Omenry.
Masters.
Okay,
of
so we
Omenry.
don't have Masters of Omenry. What are the
Probably
omens saying
Masters.
this week?
Well, listen, firstly, this is a tale as old as time. It's hotness v greatness. Brisbane are hot. Panthers are great. Who wins? Who comes out on top? Does hotness come out on top? Does hotness sort of become greatness a little bit? Or does greatness just keep being great in a side that isn't exactly, classically good looking, but...
Well, they got some cuties.
They got maybe one, maybe two, maybe
Cleary's all right.
Cleary's
Critter.
hot.
He's
Critter.
okay.
He's okay, right? Like, he's not
but
Reece Walsh.
I feel like he's not Reece.
You know what I mean?
But
He's
is
not
anyone Reece
He's not
Walsh?
Pat Carrigan. You know what I mean? He's not fucking
Look,
Herbie
Isaiah
Farmer.
He's a country boy. People
No,
like
Jesse Arthurs.
Isaiah's
Listen, Isaiah.
he's a great footballer.
He's a great footballer, but
country rugged look.
but listen.
Or does Paddy take that as well as
mate?
Listen,
Isaiah's a Dubbo boy, so he's close to my heart. But I'm not going to sit here
He's
and
not
tell
country hot.
Porky Pies. He's not even Dubbo hot. No offense. Like he's just not.
He's probably. You reckon he's what, a Dubbo 5?
Nah, he'd be a Dubbo 6 or 7.
Okay.
but like he's not a Dubbo
If you're
10.
what are you? You're a Dubbo 10.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Up to you, mate.
What about Critter's hot?
Critter's hot, yeah.
Critter's hot.
But
Critter,
if you go through the Broncos side, most players are hot.
Adam Reynolds-
and some players are fucking hot. Like
Adam
it's a different beast we're talking about here, bro. But you got to remember this: there's not a whole lot of greatness in the Broncos side. Reynolds is great.
But like greatness. Now, if they win,
Yeah.
then there's greatness in the side. But there's not greatness there yet.
Yeah, okay.
Payne Haas is on a path to serious greatness,
Oh, man.
right? But like, if you cut his career here, is he great yet? Just sort of, maybe. You could argue both sides. Whereas if you go through that Panthers side, there's some greatness in that side.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to argue against it.
Good. I'm glad. I thought you might have tried to argue that. Now, what I would say, there are a couple of things. Firstly, because obviously
At least we got that out of the way.
got that out of the way. We're also we're big humility guys. So we're not about, because you're a Broncos fan coming here and shitting on the Broncos. So I want to start saying some nice things about the Broncos, right?
Thank you.
I didn't know that I needed to see Payne Haas in open space until I saw him in open space. And I'm like, now we need to see more of that. Can we put him in the backs? Can he play at fucking centre?
Fullback.
Fullback. Give him half. Give him good early ball in space.
He could do a job at
He
fullback.
probably could. What a
He's
sight that
He's quick.
He's
really
quick
quick.
as fuck, dude.
He's lightning.
It almost looked like, you know how sometimes when your eyes have never seen something like that before, it's almost a bit strange? Like,
Yeah, I
to see
didn't know
a
it-
man that big move that fast, it's just like, what the fuck
It's
is going
like when
on?
you're making a fucking character on a video game, you go, I'm going to make this guy as big as possible with max speed. And you're just like, it looks absurd. And you're like, this is fucking awesome. I loved it. Now, I also want to say that Adam Reynolds, again, maybe the most slept on rugby league snack in terms of just you're hot and no one talks about it. And
He is hot. I'll give him that.
very hot.
Yeah.
We have entered a phase of vigorous debate. And we're just debating the topic. We're not even debating each other about whether or not Adam Reynolds has a scar or he shaves that in.
I think Scar.
No, shaved in, I reckon.
And this is the reason why I think, why I would be shocked if it's shaved in. That is got to be the greatest commitment to a hairstyle I've ever seen. He's been playing rugby league for a fucking 15 years. And he's shaving
We went
that
right back.
That thing's been in there forever.
He goes to the same barber as me.
Maybe. That's a good point.
Well, do we have that guy's number?
Look, it's just around the corner in Alexandria.
What's it called? Let's
Alexandria.
fucking suss that cunt.
I don't know. I forgot now.
Dude, do you think he just shaves that in?
Look, put it this way. Have you ever seen his beard not perfectly manicured? I think that's what he's about, being perfectly manicured. It's in his blood.
And we've seen photos where maybe he's let it slip and you can still sort of see it. And I'm wondering if that's regrowth or if that's the scar visible.
The scar visible and the hair's just swept over.
We've got a bloke here that used to bloody work at the Rabbitohs.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember.
So he's hoodwinked even people that work with him.
Yeah.
See, I'm looking at 20s photos of Reynolds, and you can a full head of hair, but you can still see a small.
That's what
Now,
we
but
were
that's
doing.
but
That's
what
we're
I'm
saying.
wondering is that hair underneath that's regrowing, and over the top of it you've got
A bit of
hair
comb
that's grown
over.
a comb over, basically covering it, so it looks like it's there.
Or
even
is
though it's
that
just
a
regrown?
scar and the hair's just grown over it? I'm very much in Team Scar, in Camp Scar, in Missy Higgins' Leave Me With a Scar.
I'm in camp
Dedication.
You're in camp.
Yeah.
Like you're in camp. I guess what would you call that? Aesthetics.
I've changed my. I was Camp Scar the other day. I've switched back.
Some dribbler actually DM'd us, and he was of the belief that it's camp aesthetics. I think maybe we've even got someone on our Instagram. I think D or Dave may have put up this morning where we're just trying to get Adam to answer the question.
Look, I tell you what. Let's just text Reno right now. Let's text him right now and see if we get an answer back quickly.
Can we send him a video?
Okay. Yeah, we can send a video.
message.
Yeah.
I think. Well, you know, I'd like him to see our faces. I think.
I'll turn it around to you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reno, currently on the DMP, huge debate raging.
Huge. Massive.
Hey, Adam, huge fan. Congratulations on
fan.
your success. Obviously, Broncos probably not going to win, but that's all right. Is it a scar on your head, or do you shave that in? That's it.
That's all. We need to know.
We need to know.
He thinks it's a scar. I think you're a big commitment guy. I think you look good with it, and I think you know that. And
We also think you're the most slept-on rugby league hot boy in the competition.
yeah, I've got you.
If you weren't 5'2", you'd be hot.
What do you want?
What?
Whoa.
Low.
What?
Whoa.
That's not a good sign, punters and dribblers.
He's fucking already having
Throwing
a crack at his
serious
half,
shade at his half going into the biggest game of his life. Well, one of.
Wow.
What? He's little, but it's cute.
Is he 5'2" though? Because I feel like that was Mayo.
That was...
I tell you what though, if he was like 5'10", 5'11", 6 foot, he'd be an absolute glamour.
That's what I said.
I think
and he
he's- I
said
think
he
he can
said
be-
that was shortest. I'm like, people are shortest. Sorry.
Listen.
People are shortest as
Sizest.
shit. Sizes. You go and and I'm sorry, but it's true. If you go down and you do what we would call qualitative,
Qualitative or quantitative?
maybe qualitative and quantitative
Doing both.
research, and you ask women, do you like men 6 foot or above? Yes or no?
It'd be quantitative, wouldn't it? Because it'd be like the number.
They're gonna say they prefer them
Oh,
taller.
dude, listen, I'm sure, and this is, look, short kings out there, block your ears. I'm sure that people prefer tall people, right? Just generally. But if you're really hot like Adam, or like Tom Cruise, I'm not saying he's really hot, but he's successful, like he's got, then I think that they're cool with it.
Yeah, but Tom Cruise, I'll stop whispering just for, I can't be fucked.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise doesn't make like hot lists or as much as Brad Pitt does or as much as fucking Hemsworth does. Do you know what I mean?
Chalamet or that Spider-Man kid who's with Zendaya.
Look, I think Reno's a short
Again,
king.
do they make hot lists?
Probably, I don't know. I'm not fucking.
I think
looking at
Timothy
hot list.
Shamalabla, whatever his name
Yeah.
is. I think
Chalamet.
He would.
Shamalabla.
Yeah, I think that Shyamalan, he needs to get, but I'd like to have him get on the gear. I'd like him to get on a fucking Marvel cycle.
Well, we've entered a phase of like skinny short is good. You know, like Pete Davidson, he's not short, but he's skinny as fuck.
tall
And
as
he's
fuck.
also
He's like this.
ugly.
He looks like he's fucking hideous.
I like him, but he's hot.
But
He's
he's got
record.
something about him. Even Ella's like, you know what? Don't mind that. I'm
Really?
like,
He's got
really?
that bit of
That is,
magic.
I think that's like afterglow. Well, he's got a shaft on him, but the
he's got a bit
I
about
think
him.
word has spread amongst female groups
well, it certainly has.
that get shafted up.
Oh, okay.
Well, Big Dick Energy has literally come from him.
Huge.
That started as a.
Did he start
Did
that?
he
No,
start that?
Ariana Grande or someone said it about him. Like Big Dick Energy is about his huge dick.
Wow. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Holy heck.
Wow. Fuck, the internet moves quick, bro. You don't even know where things start.
I know.
Congratulations to Pete
Now, I've got a
Davidson.
question for you, serious question. Because I personally think, let's say Reno does win this grand final.
Yep.
I think we need to rethink his whole career
Agree.
and where he rates as 7.
Agree.
And also, where would you rate him as a 7 at Clubland, just disregard Origin, if he does win this grand final?
Mate, I was saying it even when he went up there. I was like, he is one of the more underrated, and underrated in the sense of like, not given the credit he deserves. He has the Rabbitohs have basically made every single prelim final every year. Like I don't know how many years he's missed a final. It wouldn't be many. Maybe last year, try to bring that up. But otherwise, he's making prelims every year. 2 grand finals with the Rabbitohs. A trailless bunny side loses to the Panthers. And then he comes and takes what was one of the great shit heaps of all time, the Brisbane Broncos.
Well, Spoonville.
Spoonville, shit heap, pile of poo.
you don't need to do that.
Manure, dung, poo, shithole.
Well,
and he's taken him to the promised
Mate, as Gordy said, it wasn't long ago that they were collecting spoons off fucking Red Hill. So, like, let's not beat around the bush. It would be unbelievably impressive if he can do it. Would you put him, Denon? Let's say there's a rung here reserved for immortals, Thurstons, Joeys, etc. The rung below that is for you Cooper Cronks. Is he on that rung, or is he still one below that?
One
I think
below
just
that.
a lot, but I would say this, and this may be a hot take, and I'm
Third rung's pretty fucking legit.
Yeah.
I would say this, and this is a hot take, and I'm still not sure whether I agree with it, but I'd love to ask you boys, because obviously you're a fan of this player, and disregard Origin. Would you say if he wins his second grand final, would you say Clubland has been a better 7 than DCE?
That's not fair that you ask us that, and I will not answer any questions regarding
Genuine
DC.
question. I'm not trying to be a dick.
No.
Genuine
Listen,
question.
I think he is.
You would have to say
you'd have
yes.
to say he's had a better career in terms of clubland.
Yeah.
Fucking oath he has. Like he's
Which
never
is
missed
crazy
finals.
when you think about it, because like DC, you'd probably put him like right up there in the last Jesus.
Sorry, I wasn't getting your attention.
Oh, okay.
Word sounded like it.
Sounded
Definitely
like it.
sounded.
It sounded like you'd had your hand up for a long time, and we've been ignoring it.
I do have the stat for you if you want it, but
Yeah,
I can jump
go
in.
for
on
it.
it.
Well, so you did have
Definitely
something to
was trying to get
say.
So you were trying
Okay.
to interrupt us. Yeah, sweet.
Adam Reynolds has played 12 seasons in the NRL and has made the prelim 8 times.
Right, that's insane. Now you could like someone.
You could argue he's
try-
not clutch. You could argue
Well,
that.
someone could try and be like, "Oh, well, you didn't get to the, you didn't get to grand final, you didn't make it happen." Sure, but like to be that consistently good, but also should have played.
So 3 grand finals, 8
finals,
prelims.
yeah.
Yeah.
Been pretty good.
Should have played more State of Origins. I always thought that. I always thought when he played for New South Wales, I was like, I didn't think he was that
How many
bad.
games did he play?
He
3?
played 3 maybe.
Two.
Just like
That's
you know, of all the
ridiculous.
people we've persevered with who have done nothing
I
at
know.
state level,
Yep.
you're like, Jesus Christ, man. He always seemed like someone who could.
Isn't it interesting how if he had stayed at the Rabbitohs, his whole career is like the way people look at him individually is totally different. Like
Yeah.
because the yarn is always, and we've given Reno his raps when he was at the Rabbitohs, and also South fans have, but the yarn usually was Cody Walker, and rightly so. Cody Walker, incredible. Trell, there was always someone else that's the reason why they're so
Yeah.
good, and yet
Yes.
Reno goes away, and it just puts his whole career in a different light.
Yeah,
Like,
and how good he is. Like, just how good he is as a player to be able to
it's
drag
crazy.
him up.
It's crazy.
I tell you what it has done, though, at least for me, is it's nice to know that you weren't taking crazy pills when you were fucking confused that the Rabbitohs got rid of him. I was like, geez, that's a weird decision. What's that about? Well, we don't want to sign players that are over 30 for more than 2 years, which they've continued to do ever since he left and did so at the time. We'll just park that for a moment. Couldn't give him more than 1 year. Goes up there. If he's to win, in light of what Jason Demetrio said this year about Ilias being a fucking better half or on the path to be a better half than Adam Reynolds, would be one of the great fuck yous.
It'll be all time.
And part of me wants to see it.
I do.
Part of me wants to see one of the great fuck yous laid out.
But
I do.
We've been put in between a rock and a hard place here where we obviously would like, there are many things I'd like to see. I'd like to see Reece Walsh. I'd like to see Payne Haas. I'd like to see Carrigan achieve greatness, you know?
You know what, you're getting attracted
I'd
to the
love to
hotness.
see Reno fuck you to JD and the Bunnies. But I fear for my own well-being, Eddie, and your well-being, if this motherfucker,
know.
Oh my
if
God.
this motherfucker's team wins the comp.
Well, we've been over this, and I'll reiterate: you will become insufferable.
Oh my God. This is unfair.
No, it's not.
What? Okay, give me some
Well, okay, if
examples.
Manly won, would you be pumped about it? No.
I feel like...
No, you wouldn't.
Look,
No, you wouldn't.
can I just say honestly, and I'm not trying to have a go here, I feel like you guys are less gracious winners than me.
That's the most ungracious fucking thing I've ever heard.
Like, I'm not trying to be
You
mean.
have never been gracious. All you've done is take the piss out of us.
What did you do after fucking Ben Hunt killed the
Remember when
streak?
we-
You came in with a fucking photo of Ben Hunt on a jumper.
Correct.
Talk about gracious.
I just feel
We
like...
just lost a prelim to the Bunnies, and all you could talk about was flat track bullies. We're like,
Yeah.
it was
What about this shit where you're
It was
like,
classless.
is Adam Reynolds better than Daly Cherry? What are you trying to make us say, dude? You trying to catch us slipping? We
my
fucking went and
God.
bought 5 kilograms of cow liver for you to consume
Oh
to break the
my
curse.
God.
This will, if the fucking
we didn't need
Broncos
to do that.
win,
We didn't need to buy a whole cow liver.
if the Broncos win, this
You
is our
could argue it was
premiership.
over the top. But we did it because we recognised a club in need that was cursed.
Hang on, so are you saying...
And you broke the
technically-
curse, didn't you?
Are you saying technically then, if Broncos win, that's actually a premiership for Manly because you gave me the liver?
Well, it's no, look,
No,
it's
not
only
for Manly. It's for us.
Okay, for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so Hello Sport won premiership. If
Yeah.
Broncos win.
Well, you clearly understand the thread, though, right? You were cursed. Tom and I recognised it. We knew how to break it. We facilitated the breaking of the curse. We made you do it. You didn't want to. We made you. And now you're in the grand final. Am I missing something?
No, I'm just asking the questions. I'm just here to ask the questions.
Am I missing something
Did we break the curse?
for you?
Well, you facilitated it.
Yes.
But it still took my actions, my courage, and my
We
bravery.
forced you.
Yeah.
took
Well,
my
you were
sacrifice.
crying and we made you fucking do it.
It took my sacrifice at the altar of the content gods
Yeah.
for my brothers in arms.
Yeah. That we made you do.
We made you do it.
You wouldn't have, put it this way, you wouldn't have done it if we didn't make you do it and we didn't facilitate it. That's, I think, needs to be remembered and acknowledged
okay.
and respected. And a thank you wouldn't go astray.
I will say something that's been very eye-opening for me, and it just shows you how much when you've got your blinkers on, like how even your own bias you can't see. I never realised how many people hate the Broncos.
Well, I'm surprised by that.
I am
Everyone north of southeast Queensland would hate the Broncos. Everyone south of the border hates the Broncos. What the fuck are you talking
I
about?
honestly didn't know. I honestly...
What are you talking
I
about?
just
Why
thought
would
we were
people like Brisbane?
No, but I thought we were equally hated compared to other clubs, but there seems to be a genuine hatred for
The
Broncos.
team
think
with a
DMP is-
one city monopoly who's fucking
Didn't pay all their players fucking under the table.
has
in
had one of the
90s and
great
early
leg ups in
2000s.
terms of third party deals of all time.
Yeah.
Who has the most access to talent of any club comfortably by seriously a country mile. You still managed to win a spoon, which is shocking in the extreme.
Yeah.
You dominated the 90s and the early 2000s. I can't come up with a reason why anyway.
But like you're not. I would say you're equally hated as like the Roosters.
Down here.
Yeah.
But in Queensland, they had people that fucking hate the Broncos.
Yes. I am very much on, and in light of obviously not wanting any success for you, Denon, I'm very much on the dynasty train. The greatness. You don't see greatness like this very often.
You don't see greatness every day.
You don't.
You know,
You don't see
Luai's
that.
but tough motherfucker. Cleary just killing it, playing with bloody eye, and like that was cool.
That was hot.
That was cool and hot, dude. Like
Yeah.
he just, and you know what he did? Post-game press conference, he didn't wipe the blood off after coming
you
to the
don't
field.
do
He's
that.
like, fuck that. I'm just going
You
to
earned it. You earned
fucking
that
oath.
blood, baby.
Sit there, let my eye bleed, let me look cool in front of everyone. I'm all about it. I'm
Earned that clout.
I'm on dynasty train.
He's you know what he's thinking? He's a smart man. He's thinking vintage teas. Vintage teas in 10 years' time.
Yep.
Claret bleeding out my eye.
Yep.
Get to make some cash.
Looking mad.
Speaking of vintage teas, DMP shirts.
Oh, shit.
6
Thursday
p.m.
PM.
Tonight, 6 p.m. Tonight,
Thursday,
6
6 p.m. Hellosport.shop. Actually, Bloke.shop.
Now, let's talk about Panthers though. As you said, like we are witnessing greatness, and I don't think it's almost kind of like not getting spoken about enough that they may win 3 comps in a row. It's almost like we've just gotten used to these guys. Like, put it this way, remember when Roosters were heading into that second year, everyone was like, oh yeah, they get tired. These guys don't look fucking tired at all.
No, they don't.
They look hornier than ever.
Yeah.
No, they don't look tired. They're
They don't. They
well
can fuck all
managed.
night.
Well managed. Ivan Cleary.
Really well managed.
Man, I can be convinced, like,
Cleary looks fresh as fuck. I know he's had like a lot of time off, but God, he looks fresh.
he looks fresh and he looks horny.
Yeah, he does.
He could have easily got taken off the field like...
He looks like he could go all night.
You want to talk
if you know
about
what I
someone
mean.
who combs their hair? I think Cleary at the moment, now if you're looking at it, right, his hair's a bit longer on top. And if you look at it closely, I'm a hair guy. I just like seeing it. It's got this like wave to it. It's like it's like the ocean.
Yeah, it's totally...
It's, you know, like those combs where they're like a hexagon shape? You just brush
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
got-
and you slip your fingers into
you
him?
slip your finger into him.
Yep.
He's got like a wave pool thing going on. It's like it looks very attractive.
Shout out to Nathan Cleary.
Shout out to Nathan.
I've always been a big fan of greatness. I'm attracted to it. Big fan. And there's a chance at a three-peat this weekend. And I can't ignore that. I can't ignore a three-peat. Buzz also of seen fucking 45 grand finals fame. He prefers this side to the Eels 91, 92, 93.
No, 80s.
81, 82, 83. So this could be one of the great sides in the history of the game.
100%. I personally believe it is because...
But that third puts you into a fucking different class.
Oh, yeah,
bro.
for sure. The third
Different
would like
class.
lock it in. But it's harder to win the comp now than it's ever been,
Yes.
in my opinion.
But that's what I'm saying. You lock a third in, mate, and we might not see it in our lifetime sort of stuff.
What's insane is if they win the third, this side, so Fisher, Harrison, Leota, they're like 28.
Yeah.
Like their oldest players are like 28, 29. They could genuinely win in the next 5 years after this another 2 premierships.
They could win 5.
And so like 5 comps in 10 years is utter insanity.
Yeah.
They could win 5 in a row.
They could win 4. Like, yeah, exactly. They could, like, there's
Like,
no...
what stop? Like, nothing seems to stop these pricks.
It's so true.
We'll take your Burton. We'll take your kick out. We'll take your fucking Appies.
Assistant
Like,
coaches.
Well, you know, yeah, both of them.
Yeah.
Nah, not a big deal, bro.
It is unbelievable. I feel like they're, when it comes to like talking shit but backing it up, I feel like they're number one.
Yeah, they talk shit, don't get hit.
They literally don't get hit. People go into games trying to hit. Like, Luai, like the one guy in the whole, like the most polarizing player in the whole comp, had a dislocated shoulder, still didn't get hit.
No.
To be honest...
Didn't, yeah, literally.
Literally.
No.
And like I like kind of the Panthers. It was, I reckon a lot of people like this when they first started being good. It was like, oh, there are these cool young dudes out west, fucking brash, arrogant. Then they were good, and everyone. It just happens, right? You get sick of fucking people winning, and you're like, fuck these guys. Now I'm back around. Just to
Yeah,
being
it's flipped
like,
back around again.
I flip back around
Because you get to live through it. You know what I mean? You
It's
get to
flipped
live
back
through the
around.
process.
I'm pro Penrith.
Yeah.
Back around.
Even Luai, after the game, he put something up, like something like still standing or something. Like, he literally put that in Instagram. Like,
Dude,
he
he's
doesn't
fucking.
give a
He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah. I mean, and some of the journalists are like, well, he lacks class, mate. I'm like, bruh, shut up. He's
Listen,
great.
He does sometimes, but that's not now. That's
Who
not,
cares?
Who can stop dredging
He's
this
a
shit up
young-
now?
he's
Like,
a
who
young
gives a
robber.
fuck?
But who
We all
gives
make
a shit?
mistakes. Who gives a
Who
shit?
cares?
No, exactly.
I know you're trying to sell papers. I understand, but who gives a shit?
Mate, it's
It's good for the game, mate.
you know what makes me toey? Haas versus Fisher Harris.
Yep.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
now, do you think, and I'm not an X's and O's guy, and my memory's fucked, so I can't quite recall. How did Payne Haas go in Origin? Do you think he dominated any games?
Yeah, I thought he was really good. He was your best forward this series.
But I'm just trying to figure out, like, was he controlled to a certain degree, and can Penrith mimic that?
Potentially. I think statistically he still ran for the most metres. I think he had the most tackles with the least amount of misses in Origin. But
Of both sides?
it was close. Like, he actually played really well this series. But I know what you're saying. It's like, he's not putting up 250 metres in Origin. He's putting up maybe 120, 130. So can Penrith's line speed, which is very Origin-like, negate a guy like Payne Haas? But then you got to deal with hot boy Carrigan. And you got the banana farmer coming at you too.
Are you concerned as well that, like, if you don't win this one, once Flegler goes and then Herbie goes, that you kind of like it's not a rebuild phase, but
Might as well be.
It might as well be a rebuild.
No, absolutely not. I think I've missed it.
Well, Flegler's the heart and soul of the side, so you lose him, you're in big trouble.
Back on Payne, again,
Payne
Haas.
Yeah.
Not Corey Payne. Or of a few years ago, can't remember. Is what he does like he obviously, we saw that barnstorming run on the weekend, but that was like he was in space. But is he more of like more of an accumulator over the game in terms of like he doesn't often come off, or like he can play 80, but like
negative split sort of guy.
just someone who like he's always fucking, he's hard to contain, but he's not like doing massive barnstorming run from the back fence sort of runs.
I think actually
Is that fair or incorrect? I don't know.
I know what you mean. Like, you keep him on for long periods because eventually he has those moments,
Yeah.
rather than say a Nelson or Solomona who can come on and just go fucking
Short bursts, go psycho.
Look, I think that on the prelim he actually from the gate, like out the gate, came out and was super dominant. But I know what you're saying. Is he more of a quantity kind of guy that slowly grinds you down? Look, I think that we have to remember he's still only like 23, 24 years old.
Ridiculous.
So he's building into all that other stuff. I think as he gets more confident, he'll probably begin to go, know when he can use his energy, when he can't use energy. And I thought on the prelim game he showed that. Like, because the yarn going into the prelim was Adam Blake is a better front rower than him. And you can clearly see, you can assume that he was like, bruh, nah, I'm going to fucking go straight at them boys and see what happens. And he killed it. Did you get his stats up for Origin?
Yeah, so he didn't play game 3, but game 1, 137 metres, 27 tackles, 0 missed. Game 2, 160 metres, 41 tackles, 1 missed.
How many offloads in those games?
I will have to look at it.
And also compare that to the other forwards.
Jesus, though, that's good stuff.
That's what I
41
mean.
tackles, 1 miss. Like.
Doesn't get talked about that much. Doesn't get talked
Nah,
about.
not really.
He had a really good series.
Not as much as, certainly not as much as his dominance in Clubland's talked about. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's because when he first came in, he was probably a little bit young. I remember, when he's like smiling and people were off the fact that he was smiling in Origin in his debut. I think because like he's like 19 years old when he debuted. Like he would have just been happy to be there. Whereas I think as he's getting older, he's realizing like I can actually change the fucking game. But yeah, he was so good for you boys in Origin this year, as he obviously missed game 3. It's going to be, Fisher Harris versus him. Yeah, but even the edges, you got Capewell versus Martin, and then you've got Sorensen versus Riki. Jeez, the Broncos side is hot when you think about it.
No, it's very hot. It's very hot.
That's what we're saying.
That's what we're talking about. It's hot and
Like
secret.
we don't miss these things, mate. Like trust me.
You got Riki, hot boy.
Yeah.
Herbie, hot boy.
Jesse
Carrigan,
Arthur's hot boy, Staggs hot boy,
Walsh.
Reynolds hot boy, Walsh
Ezra
hot boy.
Mann got a bit
Paddy
about him
Carrigan,
too.
hot
Ezra
boy.
Mann has heaps about it. He's my favourite player.
Ezra,
like of
hot
the year,
boy.
like out of the blue, Ezra Mann. He's so good to watch.
Yeah.
Most meters of any 4 or in the Blues for each of his games. One game he had no offloads, one game he had 4.
He's not. Is he a big offloader? Not really, or is that more of a?
It's one of those things like he could.
Yeah.
It's just a
What do you
matter
get
of,
on the
like,
weekend? 3 or 4 on the weekend
Yeah.
against the
But
Warriors.
Carrigan and Flegler were getting into them.
They got
offloading.
about 4 each as
Flegler
well.
is an offload king.
Yeah.
Fuck, you can find
They
him
were
offload.
offloading fucking all night long. I tell you what is interesting is
Okay, here we go, boys. We've got an answer. 4 laughy faces. So Reynolds finds us
That's
funny.
good.
That's
Okay,
Yep,
good.
good.
And he said, "It's a cowlick."
Cowlick. Okay.
Fucking think about
We didn't
that.
think
No
Cowlick,
way.
dude.
That's an insane cowlick.
That's a
Is that
crazy
the strongest cowlick I've ever seen?
Comfortably the strongest cowlick I've ever seen.
Cowlick?
Because like a cow licks it.
Wow. Good. You're good.
Yeah.
Kid's good. There. Listen, right under our noses.
Oh, and it's nose too. That's saying something.
Great
Is there
point.
something there in the cowlick? I don't know.
Dude, I got a cowlick at the back of my neck, but that's the greatest cowlick
That's
I've
the
ever
biggest.
seen.
That's the biggest cowlick of all.
Comfortably the biggest cowlick I've
Oh
seen.
my God, that is a strong cowlick. Jesus Christ, no wonder he's so good. He's been cursed with a cowlick.
Well, is it a curse
I think
or
it's
is it a
actually-
Or is
blessing?
it a gift
I think it's a
now?
blessing because it looks badass.
Yeah, he looks
It's
like he
just
got
insane.
bottled or something, eh?
Yeah, he does. He looks like he's been bottled.
He should have just ran with that. Got
Yeah.
bottled when I was like 6 years old.
I love that we've got an answer.
Yeah.
Because I needed one.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. It's been fucking
But
pissing
that's
me
what
off.
you get here on the DMP. You get the insight.
Where you get results.
Yeah.
And like we're into grand final week. You think any other journo is going to get that insight?
No,
one's
you know,
got that
no one's
inside.
getting, and that's what the people want. The people don't care about it. How'd you train this week, Adam?
Yeah.
I want to know if that's a cowlick, a scar, or fucking shaved in, bro. That's what I want to know.
Is that aesthetic? And as it turned out, it was none of the things we thought.
It's like, yeah, but again, is that an omen? Is the result so obvious, but we can't see it for this weekend?
Oh, fuck.
Shit.
Well, that's Penrith. If it's so obvious, we can't see it. Or is that?
But can
Adam
we
Reynolds
see it?
anytime
But can
fucking
we
tries
see
to-
it?
Maybe, yeah.
But can we see it?
Yeah, and
Because we can see Penrith, but is there something more obvious? I don't know.
and also,
Maybe it's the three-peats don't happen.
ooh, that's
That's
scary.
that's obvious as well.
That's fucking scary. I mean, it's good for me, but scary for.
I tell you what, I come into this game, I just think points. And then I look at the results, 13-12, 15-4. I know Reynolds didn't play one of the games. The 13-12 was the first round of the season, so not in
really
their
matter.
stride. But,
I think this thing could be tight as fuck as opposed to points.
well, the bookies, the line is 3.5. Not many.
No.
That's tightness. And they usually fucking nail that line too.
Mate, the bookies like. The
I don't know
shit
how they
can
do
do-
it. It's
Oh, mate.
fucking annoying.
It's like, why don't you just go work at a club? You win a premiership every year, bookies.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
are you doing?
Sometimes they get the lines wrong, like
And
the Broncos on the weekend, 10.5. You're
Oh,
taking the
thank
piss
you.
one,
Pound it.
but they get it right to the number a lot.
But you know what? They get it wrong because they just need to feed you a little bit. Just give you a bit of food, bit of sustenance. And
Oh,
then,
yeah, so throwing a
A bit of
fucking-
cheddar.
Yeah,
get a boy a bit of cheddar.
Sprinkling some seeds on the ground, I come and pick them up.
Yeah.
And then they get Roosters fucking plus 1.5 or minus 1.5
Yeah,
against the Sharks, and I
yeah.
smashed
And there was
that
one.
responsibly,
Oh,
and then it was
God.
one. So
I'm like 1.5. Thank you.
I
1
come out
point.
looking for chicken feed, and they go, oh, fuck you.
They got you. They
Yeah,
got
they
you.
got
What were you going to say, Matty?
Just on the offloading thing. So Broncos have averaged 10.9 offloads a game this year, and just their 3 big guys, Flegler, Carrigan, and Haas, got 11 on the weekend. Just the 3 of them.
Wow,
And altogether, the whole team got 23.
that's big.
That's
That's
horny
big,
stuff.
big stuff.
That's horny
I'm
stuff.
stinging. How do we see the heat playing out, boys? We're talking 35, 36s.
Penrith, hot. Queensland, hot. I think they're just a couple of hot
What, 8
teams.
o'clock at night?
Bruh, these 36-degree days linger.
Yeah,
they do.
good
They
point.
Also,
fucking linger.
here's something for nothing. Hotness in the heat.
Overheat, you reckon?
Well, no, is that a good thing?
A good
Well,
thing
you
said.
can overheat, though.
Well, you can, but does
But if you're
hotness,
too hot already,
does hotness overheat in the heat, or does hotness thrive in the heat? Sorry, microphone. Does it thrive in the heat?
if you're hot, do you go, yeah.
Yeah, I think it does, because if you're hot down at the beach in summer, you're hot. Like you're
Yeah,
driving.
yeah. It's not like you can't go. It's not like
You
tens
handle
have
the
to.
heat.
It's not like tens have to fucking leave the beach on a hot day because
No,
they're too hot.
That's where they love.
No, they're actually down there loving it, bro. Like
Get me
oiling
hotter.
themselves up and shit.
Trying to get
Another good
attention.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. You're
Jeez,
hot.
I might start to be. This game, I'm gonna go crazy.
Yeah, I know.
can't wait.
Every potential outcome.
I'm gonna go crazy, and make no money at all, and just have fucking lines on both sides, both overs and unders.
yeah.
Broncos to win 13 plus, Panthers win 13 plus. Look, I'm all over the place here.
Now,
It's easy to start
overthinking it.
overthinking it. Yeah.
Herbie Farmworth reported he didn't finish training Tuesday morning due to a quad/thigh tightness.
This is grand final week, and we need some shit to talk about because you hear him reporting and they go, "It's all good. He just had quad tightness." Yeah, okay, sweet.
Okay, so you reckon it's typical Queensland?
Well,
It's not even typical. No, it's just
It's grand final.
If
grand
this
final,
is
it's
round
journos needing a
2,
yarn.
this isn't an article.
no.
It's not talked about. It's not
Like you
spoken
need
about.
to have yarn of like Herbie doesn't finish training. He probably. I almost bet he was never going to finish training. It was like we're going to get you in there, do a little bit. He already had a guard on his fucking quad anyway. Then we bring in Jesse, not Jesse.
Well, Jesse could move in the centres. Or
Who
you
did
could
they
get
bring? They brought in the
Elise Hoyster or Dean Mariner.
Dean Mariners, who they brought in to finish the session.
That's the thing. They're also hot. That's what I don't get.
Yeah.
Even their resis are hot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, never heard of anyone called Deloise in my life. That's a hot name for a hot guy.
Deloise, love that.
He's
But
tatted up. Hot
you know,
as.
Reynolds went off. Oh, knee injury. What's going on here? Nothing's going on.
Nothing.
Nothing.
But it could be the other way around where, remember when Hot Boy Reece Walsh went into Origin and they're like, oh, he strained his hammy, and everyone's like, yeah, rightio. And then he actually didn't play.
Yeah. But I think it's more like after 30 rounds of rugby league football, maybe Herbie's got a sore fucking quad muscle.
Yeah.
That could be possible. Now, don't forget, this weekend, grand final week, to make sure you're taken care of for game day. Bloke Lager is on special in all celebrations in Bottle across New South Wales and Queensland. Look for Bloke Lager on the Celebrations Footy Finals catalogue at $56 a carton. So head into your local celebrations or Bottle, grab a case of Bloke beer. It is the beer of rugby league. Now, Phil Gould has declared that he will help Freddie at New South Wales Rugby League if he asks. Now, I saw a quote saying that he did ask, so I'm assuming he will. But anyway, he said, anything Brad Fittler asks, I will always say yes. We will worry about Origin if he asks.
Does he mean anything? Like, what if he
I
asks?
can't believe the journo didn't say that.
Like, okay, so you're
Anything?
saying anything he asks? Like, what are we talking about?
That's what's wrong with media today, you know?
Yeah, they don't know how to ask.
They don't ask a question. The interesting thing with Freddie, if he, let's say he does win like the series this year coming or next season, is like, okay, we're all good, back
Yeah,
on track, like
yeah.
everything's
Yeah,
sweet.
Everything's sweet.
Yeah.
Everything's cool.
All forgiven. No, we're back, dude. We're back.
What don't you get about the finicky nature of New South Wales?
Or just sports fans generally. Win, we're good. Lose,
Not
die.
good. Yeah. Win, good. Lose, not
Die.
good. Die. And on
win-
and on and on and on and on and on it goes.
Yeah, it is a cycle of life, of
Yeah.
a sporting life anyway.
Mate, if we win, fucking, I want him.
Has he
90.
re-signed for
1 year.
One year?
Yet.
Yeah.
Not yet, I don't think. But he's presented to the board. And
I
think
thought so. It's not.
I thought they were like, yeah, we'll go with you again.
Like that's the word, but it hasn't been officially.
hasn't been confirmed.
Yeah.
But
But Greg Alexander's gone.
Yeah, and the
Bedsy's
reports are
gone.
that
Betsy's gone. Might be time to bring Joey in.
no,
Well,
Joey's already there.
Yeah, but
Not really. Like he wasn't a like
coach.
He didn't come up with tactics.
Wasn't that Rue telling us that? Where he was like,
Mason
oh, Mason, that's
via Joey.
Yeah, I don't know. My understanding he wasn't.
He's not like, he's in like, he'd go down there and like do some.
He'd do some
shit with the
half stuff,
halves,
but he
wasn't
wouldn't
part of
draw
the
up plans and
coaching
shit.
Staff. So he wasn't tactically involved, apparently.
And he'd only nip down to Coogee and like throw the ball around for a bit. Like he wasn't there.
This is via the great Wirramoo Mason. So
Okay. I think that like clearly something needed to change. So I think it's good that basically they're looking at other directions. I just think that, yeah, maybe it's personnel, maybe it's not personnel, but I just think it's like the system and the way they do things. It seems, well, outside looking in, it seems like they don't really follow a very strict path or prerequisite for their selections and game plan.
What would give you that? What would give you that impression?
Well, when selections are often surprising.
Okay, what do you mean? Like Tavita?
Like Jake not getting picked?
Yeah, or Josh Adhikar or Tavita Pangai Jr. getting picked, and then
He's no longer in rugby league.
he
That's
doesn't even
crazy.
play anymore.
And he said he didn't want to play.
Didn't like it.
And he didn't want to play for New South Wales.
He's also a Queenslander. Picking Queenslanders has always been an issue for New South Welshmen. We like to pick them.
I think if Gus Gould wants to do it, you just get him in there because he has the aura. He's got the Bennett aura.
Do you think he could come back and actually do it?
As in coach or just
As in,
oversee?
no, as in coach.
You know what? Maybe. Because
I sort of think he would.
he's all the tactical stuff.
He's got so many fucking jobs, dude. Like, how does he find time in the day? He tweets all the time. He does fucking Bulldog shit.
Well,
He's on Channel 9.
he'd need to give something away for the state, Tom.
Does he give away the Bulldogs?
Gives away the Bulldogs and media commitments for the Origin period.
Mate, we
I
get
like
some
it.
great insight if he did go in there, though. Great yarns.
The man's got one of the great records of all time.
Yes, he does.
Let's not forget that.
I won't forget it.
He only draw one series and lost one.
2 draws, I think, and 1 loss.
And he had 3 in a row at one stage, didn't he?
He's first. So he went win, win, win. This is off the top. Win, win, win. Loss, win. Then he took a break. And then 2 wins and a draw in his second stint.
2 in a draw.
It's Toey stuff.
It's hot stuff. Hot, sweaty stuff.
Yeah.
Listen, my faith is back in Freddie.
Yeah,
in
same.
Freddie we trust. Obviously, there's been a couple of hiccups in the
okay.
last sort of 24 months. Just a couple.
If Phil Gould does what Freddie asks, the state will be good.
Really?
Well,
Is that simple?
I think that's it. Again, I'm not even saying he may not even ask him to come and help me in Origin. He might be like, mate, can you just help me? Fucking, I got some alpacas.
Mow the
that need
lawn.
Fucking, yeah, exactly. I got a load of whites.
Is he an alpaca guy?
Freddie,
Nah, he's a llama guy.
same shit, right? Thanks for getting fucking
But that's why you get
specific.
the insight here on the DMP.
True. Is that what's
What's
the
the
difference?
difference?
What's the difference now? Alpaca and a llama.
I have no idea. I just know they're llamas because he named them Barack and Michelle because llama sounds like Obama.
That's
Are you serious? Now I need to know the difference between an alpaca and a
What's the
llama,
difference between an alpaca and a llama?
Find out.
because that's why everyone came here
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
Not to hear about grand finals. Not to hear about Herbie
Barack
Farnworth's
and
injury.
Michelle, llama.
Llama.
That's the dribbliest thing I've probably ever heard.
Yeah.
And I've heard some dribbly shit this week.
Yeah.
That is so good.
Alpacas have small, blunt faces with short ears, while llamas have more elongated faces with banana-sized ears.
But they're cousins, brothers.
They're cousins.
Cousins.
They're
Cousins.
cousins, yeah.
Banana size ears. Holy.
That's a big fucking ear.
That's a very specific banana. Like, do they shape like a banana or are they?
Yeah, are they like that? Are they the curved banana or are they just like fucking straight up?
Michelle and Barack Olama. Fuck me.
All's forgiven, Freddie. You're back, buddy.
That is so good.
Get him back in.
That is special stuff.
Oh, that is good.
Have we any photos of them together?
Yeah, I've seen photos of Freddie with his llamas.
That's got me really intrigued.
Yep.
So, okay. So, you boys, you're all for getting Gould back in.
Fucking oath.
Yeah, dude. In Gould we trust.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, just quickly, there are reports that the Dragons are interested in signing Knights captain Jaden Brailey for next season onwards.
Who's their current hooker?
Jacob Little. He played a bit there.
Yep. I think that'd be a good signing because now, like, because hasn't Phoenix Crossland kind of like.
I mean, he's played outstanding. I don't think it's less to do with is Phoenix better than Jaden because, you know, you don't know that until Brailey gets back. And more to do with, I'd assume Brailey's on a big wicket. Again, making assumptions here, but I'd assume that the Knights are looking at it going, look, we've got Phoenix that can do a job. Brailey's on a massive contract. And they're probably the ones that are putting these feelers out. I don't think Brailey would want to leave.
Yeah, right.
That would be bizarre.
Well, yeah, why would you?
Yeah, well, like, I mean,
When you're just having a
seriously.
great season.
Seriously. You're coming off a semi.
He was injured, but like.
Yeah, but I mean the club.
Yeah.
You know, things are looking brighter than they have been for
You're
a
on a good
while.
wicket.
You're in a good wicket. You're in Newey. The people love you. And and you got to go down to Cogra
Yeah.
to play for a DMC. No,
Your
thank you.
captain doesn't want to be there.
No thanks.
Yeah, isn't that
Who's
interesting?
likely to leave? Realistically,
That whole Ben Hunt Dragon situation, like,
it's a shit show. It's a
is
rugby league shit show.
crazy. I respect Benny for just being honest. Like, he has been so honest. Almost at times I'm like, bruh, be less honest.
Yeah.
Be less honest. But you respect the fact that he's just saying it like it is. But as a Dragons fan, I can totally understand where you're like, oi, bruh, Dragons, let's move on.
To play the other side, what do you think had changed in between now and last October when he re-signed?
It's the whole.
Do you know what I mean?
Anthony
Like-
Griffin stuff. I think that.
Do you think it was
They
Anthony
promised
Griffin?
him. They said they were like going to try and like get people to the club, and they didn't. And like they said all this shit, and so he's like, "Well, fuck. Okay, you didn't do what you said you were going to do."
Yeah, and I think a lot has gone on that we aren't aware of, like a lot. I don't think it would just be simple as, oh, Hook got sacked, okay, I'm angry now, whatever. I think probably when he re-signed, as you just said, certain things were promised, certain things haven't been delivered, and he's like, you know what, I've only got like the last 2 years of my career once in my life. I may as well go somewhere where...
Basically the only guy to rock up there and do season awards at the end of last year. You're like, is this where I really want to be? Like,
yeah,
the
so the
vibes-
one-
Mate,
yeah, the last
remember
year.
that?
Not even like the fucking none of the head honchos came to his 300th game celebration thing. You're just going, what the fuck do I want to be here for? Like, fuck this joint.
Him being the only player going to the end of season awards is so hectic.
But it shows you when
I
everyone's
forgot
like,
about
the
that.
club's giving him all this money, and it's like, yeah, he's fucking delivered as well in terms of he's played as well as he can. He's still getting picked for fucking Origin from one of the great shithole sides in the history of the game. Like, he's worked his dick to the bone for the club, and you're paying him because he's good at it, right? Like, that's why you're paying him the money. He doesn't owe you any more because of the money. Like, that's his fucking wage.
Well, he's trading his labour for it, and it's
Yeah.
good trade because he
Yeah.
could get that money easily elsewhere.
Yeah, but in the
And
contract,
he'd win.
yeah, it's not written like the more money you get, the more stuff you don't. It's not like you have to do more things.
No,
Yeah.
or you owe them more because the money's more.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck's that? Doesn't make
I
sense.
understand why Dragons fans are frustrated, but I just think that, like, yeah, you can be frustrated at Benny Hunt for sure, but also I think you should be more frustrated at your higher ups with how everything's been handled over the last few years.
Yep.
And I also think, with the Dragons, I get it why Flano is like trying to get him to stay and be confident with it, and trying to make it work. But I just think that when this all went down, they should have gone, you know what, we need to make the best of a bad situation. Whereas like right now, every week they keep him, they're reducing the amount of weeks they can get the best deal for him.
Yep.
Like if they open up next year and it's just like they're playing shit, they're back to where they were at the bottom of the table, it's like we may as well have gotten someone else in new and began to build towards the future than keep a guy around that clearly doesn't want to be here anymore. But I get why Dragons fans are frustrated. It's fuck. Sometimes you go, I wish they could just tell us everything that happened so you could have a clear... You could go, this is my opinion.
Yep.
Because I know everything that happened. Whereas it seems like there's a lot that's going on there that I just do not know that's going on.
Do not know.
All right, let's get into it, eh? Before we do that, Cleary. Use code Cleary for free delivery when you spend $15 or more on Menulog. And also, make sure to go to Shoe Grab to get new shoes. Free delivery on all orders over $99. Sneakers, casual performance slides, limited exclusive, plus a bunch of clothes and accessories. So Shoe Grab, you get free delivery on all orders over $99. Now, let's just do a quick preview, boys. Who is going to be your Clive Churchill?
I'm going to have to go with Nathan Cleary. I'm just going to have to. I think that if they win, which I think they will, he's going to be a big part of that. And judges automatically go to people like him. They just where they look.
Do you see the AFL drama? Do you know anything about that? About
No.
the guy that won the Brownlow?
Lockie Neal, no.
Did you see the drama? Oh, there's big blow-ups about... Anyway, sorry. Totally sidetracked it.
As in what?
Well, apparently, like, he got votes in games where, like, he barely did anything.
Oh,
and they're thinking
right,
about, like,
right.
changing the refs from voting. And so just, it was to your point of, like, guy like Cleary, even though Cleary is killing it and he's the best in the game, sometimes a player's name, people just gravitate.
People will be watching him most.
Well, like
And
even in their first premiership, didn't Toto score multiple tries and like fucking ran for a fuckload of meters, but Cleary.
even last year, Toto had a fucking
Maybe I'm last year.
game, and Dylan Edwards won it.
I'm going to go with Toto then. Fuck it.
He's
Listen,
paying like $51.
is he?
Yeah.
Probably because he's fucking
Never gonna get
probably
it.
likely to have won it the last 2 years, and
Yeah.
everyone like, nah.
Toto.
What are you going to say, Matty?
No, that's it. I was just going to say Toto's was $51. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Beat you to it. I'm going to go Paddy Cadogan.
PC.
Yeah, PC. And I think he's paying like $18.
Okay.
You guys aren't going to win though, so how's that going to happen?
Yeah,
I mean,
but
it happens.
win or
Manly-
lose, win or lose, you'll still get
Cherry
it.
Evans has
Terry
done
Evans has done it.
it. He's shown you can do it.
Yeah.
Kid's
Paddy
special.
can do it.
Kid's special though.
Yeah, Paddy's special though.
Captain of Queensland, Cherry. Probably
Paddy's
should be Captain of
special,
Australia.
All right. Well, we'll see about that.
Sweet. All right, scores. What are we thinking?
I'm going
25-12.
High scoring. I'm going to say 18-6 to Penrith.
Well, I'm going to say 28-16 Broncos.
Not Penrith.
Broncos.
Not Penrith. Interesting.
28-16.
Yeah.
So like a fucking humping by
Well, it's not a humping. It's
Well, pretty much.
bit of a humping.
Matty?
20-12, and you can be sure that there won't be a single conversion missed this game with Reynolds
Who's 20-12 to who?
to Penrith.
Okay, there you go. Just lost your job. Well,
First try scorer.
Brian To'o.
I'm gonna say Taruva just to keep it different.
Selwyn Cobbo.
I'll say Crichton, game 100.
I want Crichton.
It's
to go
also
over.
Tony Staggs going 100, I think.
Oh,
And I think it's To'o's. Is he got a milestone as well?
No, I think it's Critter.
Is it Critter?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about game 100 for Crichton? He's lost 15 games.
That's so
That's
hectic.
insane.
Are you serious?
Yeah, something like
That's
Well,
disgusting.
Tunglaw hasn't even played 50 games, I don't think, and he may have
That's
two premierships.
so fucking ridiculous.
2 premierships in his first 50
And
games.
two different sides of the field. Insane.
Insane.
All right, boys. Listeners, 6 p.m. tonight. DMP shirts.
Bloke.shop.
Don't miss out. Limited numbers, guys. As usual, we will go and fuck ourselves.
Mate.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.